to subdivide one of the last available empty lots in Concord, and they had gone before the Zoning Board of Appeals to get a variance. Before leaving for the meeting, Ted had kissed her and said, "My bud says it's in the bag. We'll get the variance. Start breaking ground in a month. Start selling lots soon after. The income from this project alone will make us fat and happy for years." But hours later, Ted had come home deflated, his usually smiling face somber, and had simply said, "They turned us down." Now her husband was out with his partner on this deal, Ben Powell, grabbing cheeseburgers and beer at Harry's place in town, trying to brainstorm another approach. Ted had left a message on the landline's voicemail, the first of 2 messages. The second message, she didn't want to think about it. That one had been deleted almost instantly. It was from the same man who had called her last Friday and left a nearly identical message. Poor Ted. Poor her. Meanwhile, she wasn't going to sit on her butt and wait for the real estate market to get back on track. Oh, it wouldn't pay off for a while, but if she got an associate degree, at least she could be up for a management track at the bank. Earlier today, she had briefly talked to the branch manager, Ellen Nickerson, about the bank's scholarship program for employees, and Ellen had promised to help her out. She turned the page in the catalog, winced at the pain in her right shoulder. This morning, she and other tellers at the bank had to bring in cases of copier paper, boxes of forms and paperwork, and pile them up in a supply closet. Not really the job of a teller, but at Warner Savings, her job description and that of the others always had a clause at the end that said, "Other duties as assigned." "Mom?" Emma was moving sheets of paper and file folders from one side of the cluttered corner desk to the other. "I can't find my blue folder. Have you seen it?" Jessica lowered the catalog. "No, I haven't," she said. "Could it be in the kitchen?" Emma shook her head. She had long, flawless runner's legs, blonde hair down to her shoulders, and a sweet face with a little pug nose and perfect white teeth. Jessica was glad to see she was doing better. 2 days ago, Sunday, she had stayed in her room all day, curled up in a ball, saying she just felt lousy. Something was going on with her stomach and she had cramps. But by Monday, she was ready to go back to school. And last night, she had even felt well enough to go to a civic awards banquet sponsored by the Warner Chamber of Commerce, where Ted was the master of ceremonies. "No," Emma said. "I've got my knapsack right here, and I didn't open it until now." "Oh, damn it," Jessica said. "Language, young lady." Emma swiveled in her chair. "Craig and I were leaving school to catch a ride home with Heather and her boyfriend, and we bumped into a couple of kids. Me and Craig dropped her stuff. I bet the folder's with Craig." "Makes sense." "Mom," Emma rolled her eyes, biting her lower lip. "Would you mind going up to Craig's room to see if he has it? Do you mind?" "Nope, not at all," Jessica said, getting off the couch as her daughter turned away. Yet in that simple request, something more than just the reluctance of going up to her stepbrother's bedroom seemed to bother Emma. Jessica had that mother's sense that something was going on with her daughter, weighing on her mind. Just the look on Emma's face. There was more going on there than concern over a missing folder. Jessica decided not to say anything and walked by her hard-working girl. After going up the narrow, creaking staircase, one of the joys of living in a home built when Lincoln was president, Jessica took a right, knocked on Craig's bedroom door. The upstairs was small and confining, with the main bathroom at the top of the stairs, and with Emma's room right across from her stepbrother's. No answer, which wasn't a surprise. She knocked again, harder. Nothing. Jessica sighed. She didn't want to go back and disappoint Emma, so she opened the door and walked in. The smell of a boy's room struck her. There were clothes on the floor, and magazines, and an empty pizza box, and there was an unmade bed, posters on the wall for bands she had never heard of. Craig was sitting at a small desk, looking at his computer screen, earbuds in, and what the hell was on that screen? Could it? Somehow he sensed